I will start my operations here and pull the rebels apart piece by piece. They'll be the architects of their own destruction.
I love you.
Fuck off.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Now get your 7'2" asthmatic ass back here, or I'm gonna tell everyone what a whiny bitch you were about Panamami or Panda Bear or whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah, hey everybody, welcome back to a Star Wars shit show, the Mad Batch, because we're all fucking nuts here, where we talk about Star Wars, whatever Disney Plus has got going on, and right now it's the final episode of Season 1 of the Mad Batch. Huh? Paige?
Oh, I was just saying I'm kind of sad. Well, just because I won't see you guys every Friday until the next season. If you guys
will
have me,
hangout if you want to.
What'd you say?
You can still have a hangout if you want to.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Hey, we can do that live and just talk about whatever we want.
That is true.
Just to fill in the Fridays, I don't care.
This is what I look forward to every Friday. I wasn't here the last 2 weeks. I was
neither.
Motown stuff, so I'm glad I'm finally back.
Hell yeah. And Dean, how you doing now? Dude, your hair's getting crazy.
Love it.
Oh man, I think Sean's is better, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, mine's pretty crazy as well. I need a haircut.
Already got the name of that show, and it's Fill-In Friday. Boom. That's the name of the show.
Every time I see Sean's hair, I think of Kyle from South Park. I don't know why, but that's just what happens in my mind.
See you guys later.
Wow.
How you doing? You look, I don't know. How you doing? I'm sorry.
I don't know how you look.
I've been gone for like a month and this is what I get?
I was really excited to
He's
see
just talking
Sarah.
nonsense.
Full disclosure, Jay knows that I'm sick right now and he still goes, oh, you look,
You look beautiful. What are you talking
thanks.
about?
Yeah, we didn't know you were sick, and we didn't know it.
She said it in the group chat.
Yeah, she's well, see, that's what I'm saying. I was about to
Delta variant, baby. Let's go.
her personal health info. That's why I stopped myself, because I was like, that's her business to tell
You're
me.
like, gee, you look like shit.
No, but
Yeah, thanks.
your internet connection from earlier does look better, and you are looking.
Thank you.
I'll tell you guys, earlier when we recorded Go Get That Rose, her connection was terrible, and
Yeah.
I told her flat out, I said, man, your connection's so bad that I look better than you right now. And
Wow.
so she picked her connection, and then now here I am back on the bottom of the
See how
turn.
he treats me? So mean.
So I've got a valid question, right?
See,
So if a Star Wars clone gets sick, do they die quicker because they age quicker?
Well,
I don't
have
think
some
that's how that
questions
works.
about that we can get into then with the episode. So whenever you guys are ready.
So you're trying to tell the host of the show who owns the channel that we can't shoot the shit and talk?
Yeah, let's go.
I was
Come
just
on.
reminding you what show you're
Okay,
hosting.
hey, I'm making an executive decision here. Let's see. Bear with me here. We will move to.
What's happening?
All right, guys.
Oh,
So, Bachelor in Paradise starts
I
Monday,
didn't even get to introduce myself.
and
I know Sean didn't get to introduce himself, and
I didn't get to say hi.
am I on the wrong show?
I had a whole. I was gonna.
talk about Bachelor in Paradise because that's my jam, and it starts this Monday, and it sounds like it's going to be crazy.
I was gonna throw shade, and I didn't even get a chance to. I was
go,
ready.
Sean, go.
I
Throw
was
shade.
excited.
Oh, now he can throw the shade. He's good.
Okay, can I?
Everyone, back here, it's been a little bit. Kyle from South Park. How you-
Kyle from South Park. I'm so excited to be here to talk about a Star Wars season finale that actually involves the characters that the show is named from doing cool stuff.
What is that shade to?
The Mandalorian season 2.
Oh.
Because Luke shows up and does all the cool
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
But in this show, we get
Yeah,
to
I
see
love
the
the
Bad
second
Batch do cool
episode.
stuff. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah. This was a satisfying season finale, I thought. I thought
The
stuff
last 2 episodes, just
yeah. No, they were. I'm glad it like led up to that point because I was getting very iffy on the show as a whole, but it satisfied me.
Same.
And obviously now we all know there's gonna be a season 2, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously,
Do
we
we
can
think they
at the
announced
end we
that
can
too
speculate
early?
all that, but
No, I don't think they announced it early
season two
enough.
too early?
I had to deal with Wade's bullshit for fucking weeks. If they'd just announced that season 2 earlier, I should sue Disney for the emotional distress that they put me through.
Yeah. Dude, I'll testify on your behalf.
I mean, I get it with like.
My point was that I'm sure. Okay,
No, I get it.
we all knew that there was going to be season 2. I think we all just knew that, but they weren't telling us. So all you can do is go off of what they tell us. All they told us is there's one season, and then there's all these fucking fillers in there, and it feels like we're just wasting time in something that is one season long. So that's where my beef was. Now that I know, like, officially announced there will be more than one season, I have no fucking complaints anymore, dude. You will never bitch about the fillers in the first season ever again.
Ever. Can I get that in writing?
Dude,
yes, we need this in writing.
Sure. I mean, but I will say one thing is I don't I don't like people on Twitter that are like that are trying to say that there were no filler episodes, and it's like, dude, there
was filler
fucking episodes, dude.
There was
Come
a whole
on.
load of filler. Like I was
There's-
expecting like little green lady to come and like save or help them out, or you know something to
She
pay
said-
off like all the crap
And
that they
little
put us through
green
with all these
lady.
other characters.
So what Manny just said, this is definitely in a very weird way to me, this season felt like more of a closure to Clone Wars than the final season of Clone Wars did. Because the final season of Clone Wars did a really good job of and Mandalorian characters maybe a little bit at the very end there. But
season 2,
but like last season of Clone Wars did a really good job wrapping up Ahsoka's time in the Clone Wars, and we kind of got to see the other point of view of Order 66 and everything. But this show is like the end of the clones. At least this season was.
True.
Like,
Yeah,
we see Kamino get
agree.
dusted. And I was like crying last week, and this week too, like because the animation in these last 2 episodes was incredible.
Yeah.
And, thank you, Wade. Which side are you on? There you go. Okay.
I had to make sure I was facing.
I was like, what's happening?
Like just seeing the shots of Kamino in, or I guess Topoka City or some shit like that. I don't. Who fucking cares?
We'll say Kamino.
You do.
Yeah, Kamino. I do. You're right. The only reason I say is who fucking cares is to cover up the fact that I can't think of what it's called. I want to say Topeka, but that's Kansas. So just the animation, like the
bread
city
and
on
salad.
fire and
Yeah,
everything
the whole
was-
fire, the underwater sequence too was
Oh my
killer.
God.
I like them being in the lab was so cool. I mean, I have, even though it's already over, I still have so many questions. So hopefully they'll be answered more. Like, what? Omega is older than them? Is she just gonna be a child forever? Like,
she's aging normally.
Point home.
Oh,
So early
okay.
on.
She's aging normally like Boba. So because the clones all age super quick. Like they're born and they're adults very quickly. But Omega's just a straight clone of Jango Fett, so she's aging normally.
So that hold on, everybody. So based on what you just said right there, Sean, that would make Omega who? What is it? Omega what?
If she chooses to go by Omega Fett, then she's Omega Fett.
No. Based on what
That
you
doesn't
just
sound good.
What is her name?
Her name is Omega. That's what she goes by.
Based on what you just said and the reality of it all, what is her name? Say it.
It is Omega. She calls herself Omega.
Boba Omega.
It's Omega Fett, dude.
If
Say
she
it,
chooses-
Omega Fett.
If she chooses to call herself Omega Fett, then she's Omega Fett. But she doesn't know yet.
Fett.
Yeah, but
She
then
is
somebody
yelling.
actually like her.
Look,
say that they have a mega
when
fetish.
Jon Snow,
Anyway.
okay, he didn't start going by another name. He still went by Jon Snow.
Dude, I'm starting to think though we really will see Omega in the Book of Boba Fett.
I hope so.
I hope not.
And she's
Oh.
gonna
I want
because
it.
God.
Boba's her brother, so it would work out great having them together because and
It would,
because
yeah.
they're brother and sister, like her last name is Fett. She's Omega Fett.
So she'll be older, right? She won't be annoying.
Yeah, she will be older. I mean, like, it will be cool because we'll see, like, Finnick Boba was Fett, like, partner in crime, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So it will be,
Yeah.
like, that's already connected with them, so she knows who she is. So, I mean, it will be pretty dope to see, like, her at least make an appearance in it.
For that to happen, the Bad Batch are all going to die in the end of season 2 because then it's a case of then Boba Fett and Fennec Shand become like the closest thing to family she's got left at that point. So then it gives her the impetus to go and seek them out. And I think they've all got to die.
Well,
eventually.
but then again, too, like you guys said earlier, like the clones age so much rapidly, so much quicker than everyone else. So they with the time difference, would they? I mean, they would still be alive if. Like,
oh, she's got to watch
time-wise.
him all die of old age like Benjamin Button.
Rex,
That's gonna be brutal.
Rex lives to Return of the Jedi at least. So we don't know about post Return of the Jedi, but Rex lives that long and he's super old. So
they would be super old then.
Yeah, Rex is like white hair, white beard, like he's an old man by the time of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, so they would be pretty old, but I mean, I would be hip for that to see them appear in it.
You know, I have to think they're probably only a couple years older than Luke and Leia in reality, though.
Ooh, the years have been tough. Man.
Because they were created at the beginning of the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars last 3 years, and then Luke and Leia are born. So they're really 3 to 5 years older.
Yeah, no, technically they would be, but since they age so much quicker.
But the age that they look, but that's just a good, like, take what Rex looks like at the end of Return of the Jedi to what Luke looks like at the end of Return of the Jedi, and that's the difference. Because they're only like 3 to 5 years older than them.
That is true.
I get what you're saying.
I'm down for it.
I really wish they would have emphasized this whole aging thing earlier on in the season, right? Because so many times it's just like, oh, all of a sudden they just start handing the reins over to her on missions, and it's just like I don't really feel.
I don't think they knew.
That. You know, we talked about it.
Yeah, I don't think they knew until this episode.
I just wish it was put forward to us as the audience of like, yeah, she's a kid, but also because of the aging thing, like she's just as like she's lived as many years as they have, if not more.
I wish it was more of like a deeper like understanding, like when she said that like when she was like, you guys were born here too, like I was here when you guys were here, like when you guys were getting enhanced, like I wish that was more of like a powerful moment kind of in a sense, because then we would have all just been like, oh like I mean I was just like, oh shit, but like I wanted it to be like a oh shit moment for like, I don't know if everyone else experienced that or had that same feeling towards it, but for me I was just like, oh damn. So she's very smart, they treat her like a child, but she really isn't, because she know like she's just as smart as them, I feel like, just not as old age wise.
This
go on.
This episode got me when she's like, you guys were here and then you were gone, and that's why I was so desperate to find you guys again.
Yeah,
and it kind of recontextualizes the beginning of the season and why she was so eager to meet them and to hang out with them, like beyond just being a bad batch, but like also kind of like old friends a little bit.
Oh, that's a cute moment. I thought of it, but I didn't think of it as deep as you just did, and I like that now, because it really does like contextualize the whole thing of it made sense why she had that connection with them off the bat and wanted to be with them, because she kind of was there with them the whole time when they were in their little incubators. So,
oh man, it's like it's reverse Splinter and the Ninja Turtles. It's that dynamic in reverse.
It kind of is, isn't it? It kind of is.
Exactly the fucking same.
What I hate about what you just said is that it makes sense. I hate that you're not wrong. It's frustrating.
Oh man, I've done it. I've done it.
Sarah, what do you think of this? You've not been on for a couple weeks. What do you think of this final two episodes?
Oh Lord.
No.
I think I've realized that I do not like this show. I just-
Hey, some of us will, some of us won't. Honestly, it's
Fair enough.
definitely not my favorite, but I thought it was all right.
It's all right. I like the Bad Batch. I don't like Omega, and I wish we didn't have Omega. I'm sorry. This episode, I looked at my husband when she went after the little robot thing, which was a really sweet moment when he like saved her and floated away. I was like, oh my god, this is like Bing Bong. I start crying. I was like, this is beautiful. And then she jumped in after him, and I'm like, "You dumb bitch! Like, let us have this nice moment. Like,
No,
I
that's
just
not a
don't
nice
like her."
moment. That's a sad moment.
Exactly. That's what I wanted. I feel
Oh.
like this show started out so strong with the first 2 episodes being really dark and being like, what is happening? And there were some dark moments. And then, like Jay saying, as the show went on, there's just so much filler and so much random stuff. And it really just got back into this, like, kiddie show, which I get, like, that's kind of what it is. Like, that's
That
what it's
is what
supposed
it
to
is.
be. I know, but I don't. How are you going to start with this strong adult themed show and then just go fully like kiddie? I don't know.
I understand.
It's just not for me. It's not for me.
I get that.
Real quick, Sarah, this is for you and I. This little bit here because you don't like Omega either. You and I, are you ready? We're gonna have a really short dance party. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fuck Omega.
That actually kind of was kind of good, but no, I mean, I get what Sarah meant by like that whole scene. Like, it would have been cute for the robot just to been like just to float. It would have been like kind of like Jack in Titanic. But
I
then
feel
again,
like I take
have
issue
that-
with the words the adjectives you're choosing. I don't
Okay,
know if
not
that's cute. Like,
I know. Okay, you guys know what I mean.
It
Though,
would have
like,
made the episode better. Like, it would have added like this stake that he like sacrificed himself for Omega, and that she had to watch it. Like, it just feels like and it's a thing I don't like in most TV shows where like she always has to be the last one to save everyone. She has to save everything, and she's a child, but she's old. You know what I mean? I just don't like that. I just don't like characters that are written that way. That like let her have this moment. Let her have this moment of despair where she couldn't save the robot. Why does she have to? Okay, that's fine. That's what I wanted.
I understand what Sarah's saying. I like dark too.
You shot Batman's parents.
Sarah, dude, I'm off this shit. Preach it.
Look, people want what they want, and that's cool.
But I will say though, the moment of when you see Crosshair, like, is he gonna shoot like Hunter? But like, no, he saves them, and I like that moment because I was just like, all right, that's clarity for me at least, that like he really did like care at the end of the day, even though he doesn't show it. Like, there is like hope within him, I guess, in a sense.
I'm gonna be so fucking pissed next season if they reveal that he still has the chip.
Well, he said he didn't, though, right?
He said he didn't, but how fucking easy would it be for them to say? Remember that scene where they had him under and they were scanning his fucking head, the Empire?
Yeah.
How easy would it for them to just be like, yeah, we took it out of you. It's gone. Like, he doesn't have a bandage there where his chip. Like,
he took it out.
He said that.
He took it out.
I'm just saying that there is enough in there where he's still having the headaches. There's no bandage there from where he could have taken it out, where there is enough there that they could come around and say that he still has the chip. And I will be really upset if they do, because I think the strongest part of Crosshair's character is that he's like, look, I care about you guys and you guys are my friends, but I disagree with you guys. I think the Empire is the right way to go, and I'm sticking by that. And that is what I think is the strongest part of his character. And if they go back on that and they're like, hey, he still did have the chip and he just thought that he didn't, I'm going to be really upset.
Yeah, no, I will be too, exactly, with 100% what you just said. Because I also really enjoyed that like last moment between him and Hunter, when Hunter was just like just because we disagree doesn't mean we're enemies.
Yeah.
Like, and I like that was like a moment I thought like, all right, like maybe Crosshair is just gonna, because obviously the Empire turned on him too, even though he's still wants to like understand and
himself.
wants to follow their path, kind of in a sense. Yeah. So like for me, I feel like he's gonna be like one of those rogue. He's just gonna be like a rogue, not like bounty hunter, but like rogue clone warrior that is just gonna do what he thinks is right for justice, I guess, in a sense. But
One
at
of
least
my
our Bad Batch crew is safe. I wanted him. I thought the very last moment he was gonna run and like hop on the ship.
Yeah,
which
me too. I was happy he didn't.
I was too, because now it's just like, what's gonna happen next? Like, I'm assuming our Bad Batch crew is going back to Sid's bar to go have a few drinks.
Dude, if they go back there, that's gonna piss me off.
I was watching.
Dude.
I was watching the end of the episode, and I thought he was gonna be like, "No, wait, I'm coming with." And in my head, I was going, "Wade's gonna be so pissed."
I kind of wanted him to though, because then I would have been like, all right, full circle. At least he's going back with them. But I still like what they did. Like, he didn't. How the hell is he getting off that platform? I don't know. But
yeah, that's
Well,
like
the
Bill
Empire's
Burr
apparently-
in Mandalorian, right? Gets stuck on that planet, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here. I don't even care that I can't get off."
He
Like-
does just kind of run off into the jungle, doesn't he? At the end of that episode, they said
food, no
Imperial
water.
scouts are gonna come around, so maybe
That's
they'll
what I
pick him up.
was just waiting for the Imperial scouts to.
yeah.
But what if they show up at the first episode of season 2, and Crosshair's like, "Yeah, they're here to save me," and
they
then they're
kill
just
him?
like, "No, you're a loose end. We got to take you out." And then he has
That'd
to
be
go
great!
then he has to go on the run from the Empire, and then he's like, "Well, I could go meet up with the Bad Batch and go on the run with them, or it's going to bring more trouble to me or to them. I could go on the run by myself, and then they'll cross paths by accident." That would be fun.
Yeah, I
Here's
wonder
the
what they're
way-
gonna do with that. Yeah. What are you gonna say?
That
Sean?
works. I would say that works really well if they
Yeah.
bring in Delta Squad next season, because they
What-
kept showing they are the clone commandos. There's a video game called Republic Commando where you play as the members of Delta Squad. They're one of like the elite clone commando squads, and you play through the Clone Wars.
Why is everything
Is that on
Delta?
the GameCube? Is that the one on the GameCube?
It might have been. It was. I played it on PC, but they they keep showing clone commandos. Clone commandos are like the people that were lined up when the shuttle was coming off, when they were coming off the shuttle, and the guy that was like 2 episodes ago, the guy that was trying to get them when Hunter got captured. There was a special kind of clone trooper armor, and those are the clone commandos. And the ones that have like colored stripes on them are usually Delta Squad. And we saw one that looked like it was probably Scorch from Delta Squad in that episode where they capture Hunter. But at the end of the episode, there's a ton of them all lined up, the clone commandos. So none of those people would be Delta Squad because they would all just be normal grunts. But it kind of, I feel like Crosshair would not be a good villain for next season. So I think you need to introduce somebody else to be like the villain. I think Delta Squad would be perfect.
Well, I
Yeah,
thought
that's what
like
I'm
that
like, yeah.
creepy general guy was going to be, but they kind of left him like
But he
hanging on the
can't.
loose end.
His stupid face.
I really
I just call him White Thrawn because that's what he is. He's White Thrawn.
Who's too pretty?
Because you just said that, Dean, was I the only person in that opening shot who for a split second gasped and was like, "It's Thrawn." I was like, "It's Thrawn, dude, what the fuck is going on?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's that guy."
Yeah, White Thrawn. I'm telling you, hashtag White Thrawn. Let's go.
I've
Make it
been
happen. Trend it on Twitter, baby.
I've
What
been
if
reading
Thrawn
the
was
Thrawn
white?
books.
I heard there's a killer, by the way.
The
At
new
least one of
ones. Yeah, I've been reading the new Thrawn books, like the new canon Thrawn, and I was actually reading them like, how fucking cool would it be for these? Because like, if the first book ended up overlapping somehow with Bad Batch, but then I actually looked at the timeline, it doesn't fucking work. It's a good Thrawn doesn't get picked up by the Empire until a good while after the end of the Clone Wars.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I think next season, I think exactly what you said, Sean, that makes the most sense. For me, because obviously Crosshair really can't be the villain. I wonder how they're going to tie him in with it, because obviously he's going to be teaming up with the Bad Batch, or they're going to be helping him out, or vice versa at some point. along next season, there's no way that was the last we see of Crosshair.
Oh no.
No, I think he's going to join back up with the Empire. I don't think they're going to try to kill him, but I do think that he's going to be working for the Empire in a like he's going to be with the Empire doing his stuff, but there's going to be a group above him that are like the real antagonists of the season. But I do think we're going to see more of him in the Empire and like considering his place there. If they really want him there, I think we're gonna see more of that.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be like kind of helping out the Bad Batch though, like giving them like keeping them safe, kind of in a sense though, or because they said they are their brothers and sisters, so
maybe if they come face to face and there's like nobody around and Crosshair can be like just go, but I don't think he's gonna like give them information or anything like that.
Okay.
I think if they meet each other on the battlefield and there's nobody else around, Crosshair might let them go. But otherwise...
You know what I want to see for season 2? Cause one of my favourite things about this episode is the Crosshair and Omega dynamic. I think is some of the best moments in the show.
Yeah,
I agree.
I was thinking, wouldn't it have been great if they could have found a way? Because, you know, Crosshair just kind of goes missing for like the majority of this season. We don't see him at all. I just thought, wouldn't it have been great if we could have had these little interactions somehow sprinkled throughout the show? And then I was trying to think of like how we could do that. And I was thinking, you know, like what they do with Kylo Ren and Rey in The Last Jedi. If we could find a way where maybe Omega's trying to contact him to bring him over. Right.
Well,
I'm
I
your
think
new
that's
host of the Bad Batch. My name is D. Lewis.
I fucking loved her line where she's like, I thought you were an asshole because of the chip, but it turns out you're just an asshole.
Yep, like I dug that a lot too.
Or Rekko reiterates that at some point. It's just like, he was always just brutal and unyielding. We can't change how he is. He can't change it.
Yeah.
We're just losing everyone.
Wait,
oh man, I'm going to be hosting The Bachelor. Go get that rose tonight as well.
So you think you guys...
What were you going to say, Sean?
I would say you guys think we're going to get Mandalorian connections next season with that person wearing the same uniform as the Pershing dude from Mando?
Well, there's connections through the Kaminoan, right? That's got to be leading to like the Grogu's.
Well, the Kaminoan literally.
Situation.
Yes. I think there will be 100%.
Nala Se walks off the shuttle, and the person that's waiting for her is wearing the same uniform that Dr. Pershing wears in Mandalorian. It's not the same person.
I didn't even put that together.
Yeah.
But that's the same.
It's not the same. Is it the same person?
No, there's no way.
No, I would say it's not the same person. One was a guy, one was a girl.
No. But it's the same uniform.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Well, I really, I'm not going to lie to you guys, and I said this at the beginning. I really wanted her to be like a Force user.
Me too.
Obviously, we're not. Maybe we'll get that down the line, but I highly doubt that now at this point. I thought that was going to happen in the final episode. Like when Crosshair was stuck under the thing, I really thought she was going to use the Force and lift the thing, and I thought that would have been dope. But obviously, she's not. But I definitely think we're definitely going to have ties in with the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett.
Hardcore, man. When they say they've got plans for the Kaminoan scientists, bear in mind they just blew up the clone facility. They don't give a fuck about the clones that they were making before. So the only other option is that now they want this this alien scientist to start working on the Force sensitive. That's the next level now. Yeah. We've had clones, we've had non-aging clones, and now we're getting super Force clones. Is what, and that's going to lead to Grogu, Snoke, and all of that.
Yeah, like they're creating probably like Force sense. I'm thinking they're what's her name, Nala Se. I'm assuming they're bringing her in to probably do like technology work. So I was thinking like, because we haven't seen like AT-ATs yet, so maybe she could be building something cool like that. But I was also thinking like Force using clones.
That would be cool as fuck. Grogu's already alive at this point. So whatever Nala said, because Grogu's 50 in Mando, and this is definitely not 50 years before Mando.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. But we do see a ton of other clones, and they're doing stuff with Force-sensitive cloning in Mando. I think it's inevitable that's what Nala Se is being brought in for. And I mean,
Can we talk about the quickly
I wanna see this,
about the
I know.
design of the AT-ATs, right? Because it was mentioned, right? And the person who created the AT-ATs, can you imagine being the scientist with the pitch of, guys, you know how we've got ships that literally fly above the ground, right? Get this, legs. Like, what's the fucking point? What's the point
like,
of
Have
that
you ever
point?
seen a giraffe, bro? Like,
Why do
Like-
let's make them
you
like
go backwards with legs
They're so
and
cool.
wheels and tank treads and shit? You already got hyperspace flying ships.
They're
You
so
don't need
cool.
legs.
yeah, but now they
They
can
are
do it on
cool.
the ground.
Fucking
I
hell.
have this super vulnerable idea for a tank. What if we gave it super big legs so that like they could just
Tie
easily
them up.
wrap something
Yeah.
around
Yep.
them?
What if we gave the Death Star a big fucking hole that you can blow it up? What, you know,
You guys ever seen that really old movie, The Empire Strikes Back? I think he says Star Wars. Anyways,
yeah.
that's a good. And Spider-Man's taking down Ant-Man. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah,
No,
he does say
confirmed,
stop. Yeah.
I apologize for earlier. I'm sure Sean knows what happened with me needing to leave the stream.
He had to use the bathroom.
So.
Did I say The Last Jedi?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
God, it's such an easy way to get rid of him.
That's all I have to do.
It's reverse Candyman.
I'll go get that rose. I'm just gonna start saying Last Jedi just to make him.
Hey, dude, you guys want to hear my unfiltered opinion about the last?
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not going
I can't believe you started this, Sarah.
Bye, Sean. What?
Short, very short. It is a complete piece of fucking shit. That's it.
That hurt my feelings.
I won't get more into it either,
Lovely,
so we
lovely
can focus on the
filming.
Bad Batch. But I will say, I've grown to appreciate it more. Not saying it's good. I've grown to
I
appreciate it
respect
more.
I respect all of you and your opinions.
Yep.
I like The Last Jedi, so I don't.
George got
Everyone
taken
is entitled to
out
their
of
own
Twitter
opinion,
to
and I will
Yeah.
not put
Great.
anyone down for their own.
I like
Exactly.
The Rise of Skywalker
Except-
too. So
Okay, except for that. That's fucking
Yeah.
wrong. But
No one sounds a lot of weird.
Mine, I didn't put anyone down. I just gave my opinion.
of
No,
course.
no, 100%.
I think that movie just really is not good at all.
well, I think Jay. No, I'm just kidding.
I think it's better
Well,
than
But I
the,
will say
Mr.
though,
J.
guys,
Wade.
I'm really liking that all these shows are tying in with everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I appreciate, like, I don't know the word I'm looking for. I know the word. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But, like,
continuity.
yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly it. See, you knew where I was going with it, Dean. But I really like that. I like structure within shows that it's, like, all related but kind of in its own way. Like, it doesn't all have to connect, like, very strongly, but, like, little hints, like, sprinkle within them all. I really enjoy that because, I don't know, I really like that. It's making the watch like more worthwhile because you're like, all right, this is why this is happening because that happened, and like such like that, or this character is like that because of X, Y, and Z. So that's why I'm really hoping we kind of do, like, even though Omega is a very hit or miss character, I've grown to appreciate her more within like the later episodes, I think. Especially in this episode, I really did like dig her, even though it was really not that smart of her to go after that drone. I mean,
Cute little robot.
yeah,
It wasn't smart. You're right. But
but
Star Wars
but,
characters are never smart.
exactly,
And that's the problem.
It wouldn't be Star Wars if they didn't do shit like that because they all have hearts at the end of the day. But no, I
Right.
really.
If they were smart, they wouldn't be farming for moisture on a desert planet. You would go to fucking
I think that's why they
Kamino
have
and
to.
you get all the moisture you want.
Well, that's why they have to farm for moisture because have you ever read Dune, Dean? Anyways,
Dude, I wrote a review for Dune that I suggest everyone go check out for the Dune trailer that came out a couple weeks ago. You can find it over on movieloversunite.com or what, I think that's it, but it's the website. Dude, trust me, it's a solid read, dude. It's a great perspective of an amazing crossover event. Someone who knows.
I like how you're hyping up your own.
because I'm pretty sure I read this.
I
You
did.
don't-
I read it.
It's
Go
awesome.
check out Jay's new podcast. Go get that spice.
Go get that spice. That's what we need to have a new show on.
There's a
So-
spot dispensary just right down the road.
All right, for next season, that's literally what we're gonna do. At the end of each episode, we're gonna say, go get that spice, and we're gonna choose which character definitely smoked spice that episode.
Oh, I was
Omega.
thinking of
Yes.
Spice Lagoon.
Crosshair is all about the
Probably
spice.
record, but
Crosshair
Bringing the
loves
conversation back, I agree that I really wanted, and I was made it very known at the beginning of the season. I was like, Omega's a Force sensitive. It's obvious. I
wanted it.
I'll fucking eat my own words. I was very wrong, it seems.
Same.
And I was very confident about that. But part of me was disappointed. Part of me was like, I really wanted to see her have Force abilities. But at the same time, I hope this sticks because I am so happy that this show had the I can't think of the right word. I'm so happy that there's not a Force user on the main cast. I think this is like the first time ever that we have a Star Wars movie or TV show thing where one of the, I guess Resistance. Resistance didn't have a Force
Rogue
user.
One, they didn't have any like Jedi.
And Darth Vader was a really big part of that movie. And
the last of it, yeah.
But this is like, we got a Kanan cameo at the very beginning, but like outside of that, there was like no Jedi or Force users or anything. And
Grogu's alive in this timeline. Is there a chance that we see Omega meet Grogu?
I
in
hope
season
not.
2?
I hope not. I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm
that
really
would
hoping
make
we don't.
sense.
We're getting a break from
A
Grogu
quick
and
cameo?
Mando, so maybe like he could pop up somewhere just to like remind us, hey, he's around. You know, he's doing something.
You know what we don't know?
He's around.
I think it's too early for this to happen, but I've never thought about this. We don't know how Grogu got away from the Empire in the first place, do we?
This is what I'm saying. They steal him to help make the clones that they talk about making at the end of this season, where they say there's more plans. And they
But that would be a long
Grogu.
time for,
Omega
because again,
rescues him.
Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. It would be a really long time for the Empire to not have their hands on Grogu from now all the way to 5 years after Return of the Jedi, but they're still hiring people to go get him. Like, I feel like
established that they're fucking useless with the AT-ATs and the Death Star. So like,
I guess you're right. They did that twice. They really were like, you know what? We're gonna do it again.
Honestly,
I put in the same place on the second Death Star.
I think that would create more plot holes of why in the original, like right now I can accept that Grogu's not mentioned in the original trilogy because like he's with the Empire, whatever. Maybe, you know, Palpatine and Vader don't bring it up because it's not important. But like,
if they had him for that long, why? Surely they would have got all the material they needed. Why
I think it's a lot harder than you're assuming. I think that they are having.
They can't do anything of him. Just pluck his head off and put it in a jar already.
We've seen one Force sensitive clone. The fruits of their labor is Snoke. Apparently, if we're really thinking about it, that's the only. Like Rey's father was a clone, but he wasn't.
No, the fruits of their labor is the Emperor. That's what all of this was for the outcome of cloning the Emperor successfully.
Yes, eventually. But even then, it doesn't work. He comes back dead. He's not alive in Rise of Skywalker until he absorbs the dyad bond.
Do you think
he's like a zombie?
He's Snoke like a failed attempt, and then they're just like, oh, well, it didn't quite work out. Use him as your pawn, kind of thing.
As of what we know right now, Snoke is the only clone with Force abilities. Rey's father was a clone of Palpatine, but he didn't have the Force. That's why everything happened with Rey, because her father didn't have the Force, so that he was like useless, I guess, to Palpatine. I don't fucking know. But point being, I think
no one knows.
But he wasn't a bad guy, though. That's still confusing. I mean, we can get into this afterwards, but yeah.
He also doesn't look like Palpatine in the flashback. Anyways, if Snoke is the only clone we know of that has Force sensitivity, then I think it's a lot more difficult to do, especially if we see in Mandalorian the clone things in that looked really fucked up.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get good at that for a while yet. So probably no Force clones in Bad Batch season.
Yeah, I think
maybe we could see them like trying to bring up the conversation of that's what they're trying to do. That's what I would like to see.
Sure, they'll address it, but it'll be a bit lame to them to keep mentioning it throughout the show, but we never get get it in the show because we know we're not going to have that for another like 30 years in the timeline.
That's true, yeah.
So it's kind of lame, like if they kind of just use that. But then if all the shows are connecting and we see like some of the later stages in some of these other shows, and like you say, where like we've got the continuity going and it's all like tying together and just painting like the larger picture, then maybe it works that way. But if not, it's just a carrot on a stick.
So do you guys think they actually got Grogu's stuff? Like his genetics? Not his stuff, you know what I mean? Like his genetics though to like
I have no idea.
Because how else would they have made that's what they were trying to do to Grogu, was get his DNA so that they could clone Force users. But they ended up, obviously in Rise of Skywalker, they were able to do that. So I know, god damn it.
Oh man, I think
possibly
ones who were on the same.
I hope not.
No, I thought about it, but I pushed it out. I said no.
I'm gonna push that out of my head then.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking about what Wade is laughing about. I pushed that idea out of my head.
Okay.
I mean, they might. I don't think we're gonna get Grogu in this show. I think that stuff is for the Mandalorian.
Oh no, I don't think so. Well, no, I was just asking you. Do you think like down the line, do you think they got Grogu's DNA, and that's how they were able to make? They were able to make why can't I think of the guy's freaking name? Snoke, yeah.
Probably, or at least they use Grogu's DNA to figure out how to stabilize having a Force sensitive in a like.
I don't want them to. I don't want the end of Mandalorian. I know this is not the Mandalorian show, but I don't want Baby Yoda to die. Or
I don't think they're gonna do that. It's Baby Yoda.
Good.
Now,
if
they would not kill Baby Yoda.
If they did that, I would.
There's no way. All the money that they're making.
No. If we kind of want to go crazy theories of what they're showing, that ties into Thrawn being involved in the Ahsoka show, apparently.
That makes sense, yeah.
The place we see at the end of this episode, we see like this kind of apparently like a technological center, some sort of cloning facility or something.
They're on Yavin.
I don't think they're on Yavin. If this is again crazy theorizing, I'm not going to have this exact, but in the Thrawn trilogy, the original one, there's a character named Joris Sabath or something. Pretty much, he's a crazy Force user that convinces Thrawn and the Imperial remnants to make a clone of Luke. And that's where the joke of Luuke Luke comes from. But anyways, it's this crazy Force sensitive dude who's like, yes, I'm a Jedi Master, but really I'm just insane. But an area that they use, like a facility that they use in the cloning related stuff, is described very similarly to the place we see at the end of this season. Kind of this facility built into a mountain in like a foresty planet. So again, that's pretty out there crazy. But if because I always get the feeling that what they're doing is they're trying to do the MCU, but with Thrawn. I think that's where this is going from all the stuff that they're setting up across Mandalorian, Bad Batch. Like some of them will tie in less. I don't think Bad Batch is going to tie in super far, but Ahsoka.
It's going to be TV Thanos.
Well, yeah,
I think
like
so.
TV based,
yes,
not like movie based.
No, I think on Disney Plus they're building to Thanos, to Thrawn as the like Thanos. And I think
that would be pretty rad.
To varying degrees.
Thranos.
Related to that, if you would allow me, because MCU, Star Wars, and Dune have an exciting crossover event, and I'm proud of this. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read you a paragraph of my review of the Dune trailer, and this is from a guy who knows absolutely nothing about these movies or the novels or anything. So I watched this trailer, and I'm like, dude, I didn't realize that it was this fucking cool. But in teaming up with Legendary Pictures, HBO, and their very own Lucasfilm and Marvel, Disney has done the unthinkable by serving us up with the most amazing crossover in film history. For real, I'm telling you. Poe has a massive beard, and Drago makes his debut long before his time spent with the love of his life, Daenerys Stormborn, a woman who changed the way he lived. As if that's not enough, they're intertwined a Thanos prequel taking place before the events of the Avengers.
Gunnery.
You know, Thanos looks a lot like the actor who played the Big Brother in Goonies. Older, of course, but I could swear it's Brand. And then it goes on from there through the rest of amazing crossover events.
Gurney Halleck.
I can't wait, dude.
That trailer review was long overdue.
Like mix all of these things together like that.
Who's gonna tell him? Do we just wait? We wait till the movie comes out.
I recently read the book in preparation for the movie, and now I'm even more excited.
I haven't read the book. I've seen the David Lynch film a couple of years ago, and
I know nothing about this movie, so
you know nothing, Jon.
I had the game on Sega Mega Drive.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. It's only half the book, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. It's only half the book, which makes most sense because the David Lynch film is so much compacted in it, and I think that's why it's like all over the place. That this, I think, will be nice that it's only like half of it. I don't know where they end it, but
from what I've seen of the trailer, I'm not sure where they can end this movie where there's enough material left for a whole other movie, unless they add a lot to the second movie. Like, there's some scenes in that trailer from pretty late in the book. Yeah, well, I mean, there's multiple books, but only one that matters.
Yeah.
People only ever talk about the first one.
You don't think they'll tie in stuff from the other books?
No, they might. I mean, they're doing that.
Probably will. They're
doing that.
This is now
maybe
a Dune.
The second movie is like the first half of the second movie.
Change the background real quick to Timothy Chalamet.
What's the name of that order? All I can think of are the Eyes to Die because I'm reading Wheel of Time.
You got to go read my article. This is all has to do with Star Wars.
You're right. It's all connected.
Who are the monk lady or the fucking priest ladies in Dune? All I can think of are the Aes Sedai from Wheel of Time, but that's not who they are.
I forget what their name is too. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't think of their name.
But they're doing a show about them.
The Fates.
Oh my god! No, I gotta look.
Oh, is it the HBO? It's the HBO Max show, right?
They're doing an HBO Max show about the.
They were also supposed to be doing a Shining prequel, which would have been so bad of the Overlook Hotel, and they're not doing it anymore, which really got me mad because that would have been so
I've got an idea for a Shining spin-off.
The priest lady or the Bene Gesserit? Anyway, sorry, I had to. I was bothering.
What is happening?
And,
what are you talking
and
about?
Omega will be in that. No, but guys, I don't know. I dug this episode. I hope Omega next season get their own friggin' Bad Batch suit.
Me too. Yes. Can I give a hot take?
What's your hot take? Let's hear
Actually, I don't. This might be more lukewarm. This was the best first season of any of the animated Star Wars shows. I think this first season was better than the first season of Rebels.
No.
I can't remember off the top of my head the first season of Rebels because I watched it all at once.
First season of Rebels is really good. I don't think it was quite as good as this. Second season of Rebels, fucking incredible. Season 2 onwards, and season 1 of Rebels is still, I love it. But I think that this season was better than the first season of Rebels. And it blows the first season of Clone Wars and Resistance out of the fucking water. I like Resistance, but that show was...
I haven't seen Resistance or most of the Clone Wars, so.
And that first season of Clone Wars is hard to watch.
Yes.
Really?
Well,
making my way through it very slowly.
very, very.
I started in
the first like 3
Bad
seasons
Batch,
of Clone
I'm on
Wars.
episode 5.
The first like 3 seasons of Clone Wars are really hard to watch.
Is it there only like 4? How many seasons are there?
Like 7?
6?
Oh,
7? Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking 4, but that's only Rebels, so.
Yeah.
Oh, 5.
Resistance was 2.
Let's go around the horn real quick and our overall final thoughts on this season and maybe a quick snippet of what we want to see next season. Sean.
I like that.
Like I said, favorite first season of a Star Wars animated show. Really enjoyed it. I won't argue against there being a fair amount of filler, I would say, but I think the difference for me, at least, and this is all, subjective personal stuff, is that I enjoyed this filler more than I enjoy the filler in other Star Wars animated projects. So it didn't bother me that much. But as for like what I'd like to see next season, again, Delta Squad would be really cool to see. Just and honestly, I'd like to see the connections to Mando and everything light. I like that this show is kind of holding on its own a little bit, and isn't tying in big Force users and stuff, and I'd like to see that continue and like to see this kind of be the Bad Batch story.
Sarah.
As stated earlier, this show I don't think is for me, but my husband really enjoyed it. I believe I watched it with him. He was able to give me a lot of stuff. I don't watch the animated shows, so I think that's what's kind of hard for me. Because there's all these Easter eggs. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. But to see him excited, that is good. But I do like the actual Bad Batch. I like Hunter and Wrecker and Tech. I like and Echo. I like all of them. Just Omega just kills it for me. Like I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't deal with it. Some of the filler episodes with her were okay. There were some good episodes where I'm like, okay, I like her, but she just kind of kills the show for me sometimes. I'm sorry. But I guess I was going to make a joke and say in season 2 I would like to not see Omega, but that's not going to happen. But I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably keep watching, let's be honest. I can't give up on the show.
Oh, yeah. Plus, you're too much fun not to be on this show, so you have to watch it. Dean, what do you think, man?
Well, I've got to make a confession. I only saw the last 2 minutes of this episode because the rest of it was pitch fucking black. Jesus.
It was really dark.
That
was very true.
It was a good finale. I preferred the episode before it. I had the benefit of like smashing through like the last 3 or 4 episodes all this morning in a row, so that was decent. I would have liked more of the Crosshair conflict sprinkled more throughout the show because that was the best stuff in the end, and if it would have been more throughout, it would have had even bigger of an emotional hit. And I'm hoping we see more of that moving forwards. And that scientist, man, I feel really bad but also really creeped out by the Kamino scientist. I really like the art from how like they seem just so goofy and like funny, and then like they kind of got really creepy, and now they're just pathetic. He's the last one left, like, and I don't feel bad at all. I mean, I want to see how that goes, and I want to see more of the crossbow. Didn't use it in this last episode. Like, is it that
thing is cool.
Thing. Like, that was really cool in the last episode. Didn't get it in this one. The droid come to save the day, and then got murked. So. That's it from me.
Paige, what are your overall thoughts, and what are you looking for next season?
For me, I mean, I had fun with the show. The fillers, what I wish instead of the fillers that we were given, kind of like what Dean said, I wish they kind of focused more on the conflict of Crosshair and the challenge that being faced with that, and kind of conflicting with the Bad Batch as a crew, because they really were brothers. And I guess sisters too, in a sense. So I kind of wanted to see that more back and forth. I mean, at the end, it was very conclusive, and that's what I enjoyed about it. I like how it ended because it gave us answers, and we kind of understand more now where their footing is in the show. So overall, I did enjoy it, but I do wish there definitely were filler episodes. But I wish the filler episodes focused primarily more on the conflict with Crosshair and the challenge between that and the Bad Batch, because I really like the Bad Batch as a crew. Even Omega, I feel like they all bring something to the table, and they're all very different, their personalities and stuff, that makes them so unique in the Bad Batch, in a sense, that they are this solid crew that have each other because they bring so much different things to the table. And for me, though, like, besides that, for next season, I mean, I want to see Omega get her own Bad Batch armor, and I want to see them starting to try to figure out how to clone Force users. I mean, I know it's way too early for that to really happen, but I just wanted to like a spark to kind of happen with a discussion of that, even if it's just sprinkled in a little bit.
Let's see some failed monstrosities.
Yes, like it just be like a topic of conversation, but like, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I definitely want more Crosshair with the Bad Batch though at some point. So. What about you, though, Jay?
Yeah, let's redeem that motherfucker.
Overall, I enjoyed it. I'm with Sarah where I can't stand Omega, and I understand it's anime
Sorry.
and all this stuff, but I've said it before, I'll say it again. Out of all of the Star Wars properties, games, books, TV, movie, out of everything, can't we just have one thing that is dark and not fucking kids and all that shit? Just one thing, dude. I think that would be awesome. Not too much to ask. As far as next season, I don't want a full episode of this, and I want it to be very short in passing, but I would really like for Omega and Boba to meet like in a literally like crossing paths sort of way. They don't have time to have a discussion, but I want to see them meet each other, and I want them to know about each other. Like that maybe they actually know each other, but they are aware of each other, or at least have heard that there is another clone of Jango out there that's unaltered. I just think that would be pretty fucking cool.
I agree with that. It was so awesome to do like these reviews though with you guys, because it really was a Star Wars shit show, and I enjoyed every single moment.
It truly was.
I think
I'm not sure what show is next, and I'm not sure who all will be doing this for the next show. But obviously, everyone on screen, as far as I'm concerned, you are all permanent crew on this show. So you don't have to wonder, can I be on? As far as I'm concerned, you are all on the next one, whatever it is. And to be honest, though, what Sean and I have talked a little bit. What is the next thing? Visions or
okay? I was about to bring something up. So Visions releases. That's it's like 12 non-canon anime shorts. No, they're not canon.
They're not canon.
Oh, fuck this.
Is it kind of like it's not like the What If series for Marvel?
But What If is canon?
What If is canon?
What If is canon?
Maybe I should watch your
canon.
But Visions, the whole premise is they got a bunch of studios, like anime studios, Japanese anime studios, and like, each of you guys make a Star Wars short.
Ooh.
And so it's a bunch
that
of
sounds
different,
good.
Make it canon.
So it's I believe if I look, it is let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 episodes.
Maybe
They're
darker.
Maybe one of them might be darker. One of them is definitely like they've described it as like a musical. There's gonna be some crazy shit in there.
Well, I'm in. Sign me up.
I presume they'll probably be somewhere around 4 to 5 minutes each. But anyways, all of this to say, they're shorts.
Wow.
They're shorts. So if other people are interested, we can do an episode. They're all coming out all at once, so that would only be one episode.
Oh, good.
But then after that, the next thing is Book of Boba Fett.
Yes, and I've already got a clever little name for that. Like how I know it's a little confusing, perhaps, because for this show the subtitle is before the title. The name of this show is technically a Star Wars shit show. But the way it's better to me, the Mad Batch, a Star Wars shit show, just sounds better in my head. Just
Well,
like
you clarified this in the last episode, Jay. It really is.
Yeah, and then,
it's only been like 2 months.
When we get into Mandalorian again, it will be it would be Hey Mando, a Star Wars shit show, but I think I'm going to reverse it and do it so it makes more sense.
Oh
no, I like Hey Mando, a Star Wars shit show.
I do too.
Show?
Hey Mando.
Hey Mando. I love that name.
Or before the actual title. So like for this is the Mad Batch. It's about the Bad Batch. Hey Mando is the name of our Mandalorian show, which if you want to, you can see the back episodes of that show from the first 2 seasons on Merc with a Movie blog. And then I have a clever name that I love for Book of Boba Fett, but I'm not going to say it on air because
good. Don't give it away. Reel them in.
Dig it, man. Yeah, reel them in, baby. I like it a lot.
So shit, let's go.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll be back whenever the next Star Wars Disney Plus show drops. We will be back. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Paige and maybe at least Paige or a couple of these other guys. Maybe we can just get together on Fridays for about 30 or 45 minutes shoot the shit about stuff that does not matter at all. Maybe just
you know I'm down for this show. You know I want to do a show where I don't have to talk about a show. Come on.
Yeah. So
I'd love a more casual show.
I'll talk to these guys off air.
Oh, would you, Sean? We had a casual show.
Yeah, a more
Beyond
casual
Camille
show that
kind
I
of
don't have to
show.
do any work on is a
Amen.
great show to me.
Oh yeah, that's really my dream too, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
Beyond the Screen Part 2 coming soon.
Sarah, you edit it.
On the Twitter,
Okay.
if you decide to do something that is non-Star Wars related in this time slot until Star Wars comes, that's where you'll see it at on the Twitter. So maybe we'll be back next week just to shoot the shit and dick off a little bit. But until then, everyone, thanks for joining us for the Mad Batch, a Star Wars shit show. We will, here it is. I want to hit the right one this time. We'll see y'all next time. You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.